संग तेरे राज करने की यही होती पूरी आस। यहाँ तू भी प्रकाश मैं भी प्रकाश, ये वतन भी है प्रकाश। मन भावन घर रूहों का, प्रभु तेरा परम आकाश। मन भावन घर रूहों का।
ओम शांति, ओम शांति। It's a great pleasure to meet all of you, Baba's instruments, to share Baba's knowledge to other souls and then bring them back to the family. So many congratulations for taking the initiative to accept the role Baba has given to you in the drama. We study 4 subjects, and each subject that we study has its own significance. The subject of service is a subject that allows us to create our fortune and the fortune of others. So what is service? What is seva? In Hindi we say seva. In English we say service. Both has different meaning, totally different. When you say service, it's like doing a job, government service. You do a job to get salary. It's a means of earning livelihood. So when we use the word service in Baba's knowledge, the same thing happens. So after doing something, we are expecting something in return, either in the form of praise or recognition, position, whatever. And if I don't receive, then there is reaction, complaint, all this. So Dadi always says, use the word seva. Seva is connected with bhavna. Bhavna means feelings, pure feelings. No one does seva without devotional feeling. Love for God, love for humanity, compassion. So when I'm doing seva, I automatically have humility, because I always remember I am just an instrument. So there is humility, and others get more benefits because I can do selfless service, selfless seva. Whether we call it service or seva, what is the meaning, definition? It is just sharing what I have received from Baba, what I have experienced from Baba's knowledge with other souls. It is just sharing. You are not giving anything of your own. You are just passing on what you got to another soul. Just become an instrument, a media. So I should always remember it is sharing. So I should make sure my consciousness is right. If you want to become a good teacher, you have to be a good student. Only a good student can become a good teacher. And who is called a good student? The one who studies every day from the Supreme Teacher, God, punctual and regular in studies, the one who always have learning attitude, the one who always have humility and instrument consciousness. So that student life allows me to learn at every step. Dadi Janki always said, I don't have any students. I don't belong to any center because I am a student. I am not a teacher. Dadi don't like the word teacher. Instead, she used to say, consider yourself to be Sevadari, server. So, Dadi said, I don't have the bad odor. My student, and nobody called me my teacher. Here, people are very happy when your student calls you my teacher. Oh, so and so is my teacher who gave me knowledge, you become very happy. It's not right. We don't teach. Baba teach. Why you come in between? Because I consider that one to be my student, he thinks I am the teacher. And remember, if you are sharing Baba's knowledge with the aim in mind, I am a teacher, nobody will listen to you. 100% certain. Because when you have teacher consciousness, you got a little bit of ego. So ego blocks from people's listening. And so nobody is going to listen to you. Because nobody wants to learn from someone who has ego. So I should never ever think I am a teacher. Just for the sake of administration, we say that's all. It's not a title, it is not a position. It is not a certificate. People ask, how do you choose someone to be a teacher? It just happens naturally. Like for example, me, when I came to knowledge, it was a different story. It cannot happen to everybody, but I was a student, but Baba made me a teacher without taking Saturday course. By sharing knowledge to others, I learned. But one thing was definite. I had 100% faith from the first day without taking course. This is God. No doubt. No doubt. So it is very important for an instrument teacher to have the student consciousness. That is why Dadi always says, morning first 4 hours, ideal teacher do self-service. Evening 4 hours, service of others. That is why most of the centers in foreign countries, we don't give appointment for course in the morning time. Only after Murli, we have finished our student life. Then we have course or whatever. I have to do self-service, self-care. And then I can care for others. So, first thing which is very important, don't ever have the thought, I am teaching. No. Don't ever preach. Preaching is saying something which you don't do. You tell students, oh, you must wake up at Amritvela every day. You must listen to Murli every day. You must eat your food and you yourself don't follow. It is a big sin, telling lie. Because they have bhavna, they believe you are doing it. And then you don't do it. So how much burden you will carry? So that is why sometimes we don't allow certain souls to give 7 days course. They feel bad, but then you have to be qualified, no? You have to be qualified to share Baba's knowledge, because Baba's knowledge is practice, not preaching. So what I practice, dharana, I will share. So that is why we choose the right instrument, follow all the Brahmin principles from Amrit Vela until night, to share Baba's knowledge either in the form of 7 days course, or reading the Murli, or giving lectures, conducting workshop, retreat, whatever. They must have dharana. See, all the Dharmas have dharana, that means practice what they speak. It touched the heart of people who heard, and they also became Baba's children. So, the basic what we really share with people, first of all, anyone who is interested in Raj Yoga, we offer them 7 days course. So now, even to give the beginners class 7 days course, one has to thoroughly understand, clearly understand each lesson and believe 100%. Have faith. This is God's knowledge. This is God's knowledge I am sharing. Not just like anything, So if the one who is sharing knowledge don't have faith, it's no point. So that is why we observe certain souls for a period of 1 year, 2 years. Let them go to Madhuban, experience Madhuban, meet the seniors, and have experience. And when they come back only, and that too, if they continue to follow all the principles accurately, then the center instruments choose them to give 7 days course. So actually, I tell you honestly, I am not giving course to somebody. I always consider when I am giving course, actually I am revising the 7 days course for myself. It's true, because you will not sit and do it separately, but because you have an audience, you have a person, You are sharing, but you are actually revising the 7 lessons for yourself. So when you go through that experience, you have many realizations. So it is important that whatever lesson you are sharing, you should be clear what you should explain in that lesson, not more, not less. Each lesson has to be only 1 hour, maximum, minimum 45 minutes, finish. Not like you give 7 days course on the first day itself. No. So I need to systematically organize myself in such a way that I am able to have meditation twice. In the beginning, at the end, and then 45 minutes finished. And clearly what I need to say on the first lesson, if they ask any questions connected with other lessons, you say you have to wait, answers will come as you go along. And make sure you don't talk any personal matters, either of yourself or of students during the course. No exchange of telephone number, email, nothing. You are appointed by center coordinator only to share knowledge. After that, you don't have any business to do with that student. Finish. So each lesson you should be clear what you are going to share. And you must choose the right pictures already beforehand. And what we used to do those days, if we have to give course, we will come half an hour before and we will prepare the place, picture, everything, and we meditate there for half an hour in the place where we are giving course to create an atmosphere. That used to be our habit. And when they come, the atmosphere is already created. And so, as much as possible, we encourage them to continue continuously for 7 days. In case due to some unavoidable circumstance, they cannot make it, it's okay. So 5 basic lessons. Soul, Supreme Soul, Brahma, Karma, and Kalpa tree. Sometimes we include Trimurti and the ladder somewhere, but usually in Western countries we don't. We keep it for later. So every day twice meditation, and you must speak in clear words. Don't read and give course. Some of them don't know, so they keep the 7 days book with them and they keep reading and telling them. Better don't give course if you are not clear. It has to come from your experience. So the proof that they have learned something every day, like say first day, they must say Om Shanti. They must learn to say Om Shanti. That means you have given the right lesson. At least second day, they should be able to say Shiv Baba. And certainly, Mama used to say, don't ask the people who come for course, when are you coming next? Why should you ask? They should have such experience. They cannot stay without coming. They should ask, when can I come tomorrow? That means what you have told them, it strikes the heart. So it's possible to do 7 lessons continuously is better, but it's always necessary that when the second day, third day people come, in essence, we revise what has been said previous day before we go into the next lesson. So So don't bring any of your personal stories. Don't listen to their personal stories. Because there are some people who don't come to take course, they come to give you course. Because there is nobody for them to talk to. So they get somebody to talk to, they start opening up their heart, their troubles and difficulties. That is not for what we are there, you know. So you have to be very careful not to fall a prey, get carried away, you know. And so 7 days course, we call 7 days course, but its beginners is 5 lessons. And if they finish successfully, then we call it intermediate course, which we start after 5 days. That includes principles, 4 pillars of Raj Yoga, then 8 powers, that is attainments of Raj Yoga, and then introducing Brahma Baba and Murli. That is called advanced course. Now, advanced course is always given by the center coordinators only, unless they appoint some very seniors. Beginners course can be given by those who live in the family life, those who practice all the principles. But to give the advanced lesson, it's always advisable those who live in the center and those who practice all those things every day in their life. And if they have chosen somebody who is very senior in their place, that is up to them from time to time, place to place. So after the 3 lessons, then ongoing course. It goes for another 2 weeks, where we explain about Sakar Murli, Avyakt Murli, and read a little bit of Sakar Murli, explain to them in detail, tell them about how the organization started. That is why it has to be center coordinator or center Nivasi. So it takes at least 2 weeks, more than 2 weeks, to finish the advanced ongoing course. And as we introduce them the Murli, we need to see how much faith they are developing. This is God's knowledge. And we have to make sure that the connection of that student is with the seniors, no more with me. No more exchange of emails, WhatsApp, communicating with that soul outside the classroom. No connection. Finish. So only when the center Vasi or center coordinator feels the pulse, case to case, that they are ready now, you can invite them to the class with the Brahmins. They can invite them on Thursday, Baba's Day. So let them understand the significance of Om, explain to them first. And one thing, make sure, if you have told them to come, you should be in the class first. Yeah? So first invite them Thursday to Sakar Murli. After the Murli, sit with them. Check with them what they understand, because it is sometimes culture shock. You know, words of the Murli are very new, Hindi, Sanskrit. They may not understand. We cannot explain in the class because of one person. So you have to spend some time with those new souls, clarifying certain doubts they have, and encourage always the student, if they come, for the Murli to bring a notebook and make a note of the points. You know, it's very, very important. And slowly, after a month or so, then we introduce them to the Sunday Avyakt Murli. Don't encourage them to listen to Avyakt Murli to begin with. Their foundation will not become strong. They may like Avyakt Murli, but their foundation will not be strong. Because Brahmins are born through the mouth of Brahma. and that is Gita Gyan, that is Murli. So instrument souls, because they like Avyakt Murli, they encourage people to come and listen to Avyakt Murli. But how did you take birth? It is through Sakar Murli. So I should be an example all the time, so that seeing me being punctual, interested, so they get also impressed and inspired to become like you. So then slowly, after 1 month, we introduce them to the family. So and so is from this center. So this is how it is carrying on. And of course, they may have questions. All questions cannot be answered. Don't discuss, don't debate, don't argue, try to convince. If they cannot accept, ask them to leave it. For the time being, whatever they have understood, let them practice. So then when they follow the purity, when they follow pure food, when their intellect becomes clean, they will understand themselves. Many of us have that experience anyway. And now coming back to the dress code, because this 7 days course is always given in the center. Mostly, once in a while we are invited to give course in some other place, public place. Very often, very rare, but mostly once a week it happens in the center. So when we are giving course in the center, it has to be purely PK uniform. Totally properly white dress, not necessarily sari, but properly white dress with the pants. Even if you are doing the white dress, you must make sure that their attention don't go towards your body. You have to then take them to Baba. And there should always be a distance between you and the student. Don't sit next to them, don't sit so close to them, because souls have all different kinds of mentalities. And if there is any misbehavior of the student, don't continue. Immediately, you have to inform the center coordinator and let them handle, you disappear. There are some cases like that. And also, we don't encourage souls to give drishti. Don't sit and give drishti one-to-one. It's dangerous because people have all kinds of experience nowadays. So that is why we say after the lesson is finished, we have Shiv Baba picture and you sit with them and let them look into Baba's point of light. Only drishti begins after 1 month. When they come to the classroom, then you explain. The seniors are sitting in the gati, you take drishti afterwards, once they got used to it. We have to be aware of this kind of method so that we can protect ourselves. So this is how the 7 days course, beginner's course, follow up, and then intermediate and ongoing course happens. From time to time, of course, we need to sustain souls. Sometimes we arrange Madhuban night where we ask seniors to share their experience of Madhuban, or we show them Madhuban video just to bring them a bit closer and closer to our home Madhuban. Once in a month, once in 2 months. We also have what we call intermediate retreat for those who have finished the course in a couple of months. And we invite them to spend morning till evening in Baba's home. And we revise the advanced course in a different way. I think we have something called Sister Wendy Sargent had written a book, Advanced Course in Raja Yoga. So many of the teachers, they use that. It really is very helpful. After the advanced course and principles to sustain them for the whole month. That can be used also. Very nice, actually. So we need to find some different methods of sustaining souls so that they become aware of the importance. But once again, I want to emphasize those who are instruments, they should be practicing what they are telling the students to practice. Because Baba says some instruments are like pigeon, some instruments are like parrots, but we have to become a nightingale. So that people can feel the power behind every word that is spoken. So that is one of the 7 days course that we give, which is the foundation, what we call foundation course. In foreign countries, we call foundation course. Of course, in foreign countries, we have different duration. We don't finish in all countries in 7 days because there are different religions. So according to the need, sometimes the course can go up to 1 month, sometimes 20 days, depends. But in India, it is easy because it's just Hindu religion. So you don't need to worry so much. But as you progress further, you must have the knowledge how to speak Baba's knowledge to a Christian background soul, how to speak the knowledge to a Muslim background soul. We are not going to convert anyone, but we should not threaten them. They feel comfortable. How to introduce Baba to Buddhists, I have to be knowledgeable. That's why when anybody comes, first of all, we ask them to fill up the form. They have to fill up the form. From that, you know what background they have, and from then you can start talking. It's very important. So I suggest each one of you to study all our literature books. How many of you have studied all our literature books? None of us, not all books. Because sometimes we recommend people to buy certain CDs and books without knowing what is inside, which is really ridiculous. So you are suggesting a medicine to someone which you have tried, right? You don't go and give a new medicine without trying to somebody. So I suggest instead of reading worldly books written by worldly authors, study Baba's literature. It will help you to improve your way of living books. Read now, purity medicine is not coming, but world renewal. Many experiences you hear of brothers and sisters that also helps us to enlighten us. Because I want to learn, I don't mind. See, the one who want to become a good leader, they do 5 things in the morning. The first thing is they wake up early in the morning and spend first day in silence, remembering Baba. Second thing, they will write down, journal, in their book. And thirdly, they will read some spiritual wisdom. And fourthly, of course, they also do some physical exercise. And then fifthly, they spend time reading, So it is very important. So if you want to become a good leader, you must be a good reader. Not only books, but Baba's books. You got all the information there, right? So keep on reading. Every time you read the books, you learn something. Always carry a notebook and pen. So there is something that new you learn from every speaker, every book, every movie. So the second thing is nowadays we also have what we call alternate courses. Courses like positive thinking, anger management, like many other courses. So I think there are some people who are good in conducting that kind of courses. So that is also possible only when I practice what I am saying. There are many people in the corporate world who conduct that, but it doesn't have a deep impact on the souls. They don't change because the one who is teaching is not practicing. So these kind of courses also inspire some people who are not spiritual to come forward. So from time to time we have training. We train people who are interested to learn certain things. Like for example, in Malaysia we have accounts training. Many sisters who run the center, they were not educated to do the accounts. So we used to have so many accounts, buddy, accounts training, and now all are eligible to look after their own accounts. Like recently we had something called the training for conducting funeral rites, because many Brahmins are dying nowadays and they want a funeral in Brahmin way. And one who conducts should be very educated about Brahmin system, and we have only few hands. And when 3 people, 4 people die at the same time, becomes very difficult. So we had very nice training last week. About 60 of them attended. So that we train them, and then first they will become the helper of the one who contacts, and then next time they will contact themselves. So like that, there are different kinds of courses that we can also learn through training. And the third one is exhibition, temple talks. I think Sri Lanka, Malaysia have a lot of opportunity to do exhibitions in the temples, in some other places, and also talks in the temple during festivals. So what I need to do is, I need to study, because my experience is when I came to knowledge, nobody used to ask me to give a talk. But I was interested to know the significance, spiritual significance of the festivals. So I used to read the books, Baba's books, and write it down, Jagdish Pai's Jnanamrit, and make it in my book. And I know what it to say. And suddenly one day, one sister was supposed to give a talk on a particular festival. She got sick. That he asked me to go. So I was prepared. I already had prepared, so I don't have any fear, so I went. And then next time also it happened. Finally, they start to ask me directly. So each one of us must make some internal preparation to be ever ready. Teacher means ever ready. They are like doctor on call. When doctor on call doesn't come, so what a doctor he is. When a teacher is asked to give a class, explain an exhibition, they say, no, I cannot do next time. Then you will lose the chance. I remember one sister, I was with Dadi, and I was conducting programs for double foreigners. So one sister was supposed to give class, and she did not turn up. I went to Dadi, what to do now? Already time. So one sister was sitting with Dadi senior. So Dadi said, okay, you go and give class. Dadi told that senior sister. She said to Dadi, I am not ready. So Dadi told her off straight, what kind of a mother you are? When the child cries, you go to the supermarket to buy milk. If you are a wise mother, you already keep milk in the home. So teacher means always churning power. Prepare the food and keep. Anytime I am asked to deliver, I am ready. Are you all ready like that? Or say, no, I am not ready yet. Next time. Next time you will never get a chance. So I should really churn and prepare the food to deliver at any time. Because teacher is another name is mother. Mother nurtures, sustains. So what do I do by teaching? Sustaining. So I should always be ever ready. So that is why I must have interest in studying and churning. Morally, reading the books, writing down points, preparing talks, festivals. So when I am invited to go to a temple, I am ready. So if I keep on delivering according to Baba's knowledge, seniors will build up trust in me. So I will move forward faster. How Mama became Mama. From the first day itself, Mama began to deliver. Whatever she received from Baba, she delivered with dharma. And people believe what she said she is doing. So temple talks, we should be prepared. And of course, we always say when you go to temple talks, you must always check with the center instruments what is the dress code we need to have at the time of the talk. According to the situation, they will guide you. Sometimes you can go in white. With white, sometimes you may have to use colors, but don't decide yourself. You can check with the center instruments. Even when there are exhibitions in the temple, we have exhibitions in the temple, and in the temple mixed people come. So again, whether we should go with lovely clothes or whether we should have Brahmin uniform in the temple, because sometimes people get scared. Especially South Indians don't like whites. They consider white to be widow. So we have to make discrimination and choose the type of dress according to the situation, the area, and the center coordinator can decide and let you know. And then I should be clear in exhibition. We don't give 7 days course. But some Brahmins are so eager. When they get somebody to listen to knowledge, they will give them so much dose, they get indigestion and they vomit everything. So don't give 7 days course in exhibition. Just little knowledge only. In 15 minutes, we must finish explaining. Not too much. Because it is just an introduction for them to come to the center to get more information. So in the exhibition also, don't argue. They may ask questions. They may don't debate. You just explain. You say you come to the center, you will get all the answers. Don't try to show off your ego, thinking I must answer all the questions. So the second thing is exhibitions. Even in exhibition, we don't put up all the pictures everywhere. Sometimes it is health exhibition, sometimes it is education, sometimes it is festival. It's different kind of theme we have. So we use pictures accordingly. So that I need to know. And if I know what to explain, then only I commit myself. So that is exhibition picture. Then I'm preparing myself to give, the alternative courses and normal 7 days course. And then the fourth aspect is actually giving talk. We are also invited in different places to give talk on a different topic. Sometimes we also have talk in the center for sustenance, weekly base, monthly base. So even I need to create confidence in the instrument souls that I am capable. So I need to practice what I am talking in my life. And I must have a clarity of understanding what to say on a particular subject. That is why it is necessary to write down your journey. I suggest if you want to increase your power of journey, every morning after Amrit Vela, take one point of previous day only and write down A4 page, one page talk on that topic without copying anything. Sit in solitude with Baba and write down. So unless I do this journey, I will not be able to be confident. And also, I'm not repeating like parrot, but I am telling from my experience what I am practicing, what I am embodiment. So I would suggest that in all these cases, whether 7 days course, exhibition, alternative courses, you have to make sure your mind is focused. You know, your mind, heart, intellect, all in one place. Many of us, as Baba's instrument, we are talking about soul to a student. Our mind is wandering, thinking after the course, I have an appointment, I will take this car, I will meet that person, I will. So I am thinking about what I am going to do after the course, but through the mouth I am talking, you are a soul point of light. That soul is not listening. It is disservice. It is in a way cheating. So I have to make sure if I am giving 1 hour, telephone out. No telephone bringing in the course room. And secondly, I make my mind totally powerful break. Not to think about what I have done and not to think about what I have to do. So mind, body, and thought, words, and deed, everything should be focused there. So that is called force. You know, Baba says when you give force, then let there be force. So what force? What force? Force means your concentration power. Because when you don't have your mind focused, you cannot create an atmosphere. Because souls who come, they are weak already. They don't have the power to absorb. So not only you give them knowledge, but you also have to give them power to absorb. So when I have created an atmosphere through my dharana, my thoughts, so when I speak the knowledge of the soul, instant experience they can get. Because they will have the power to absorb. That is called force. Giving power together with knowledge. You don't give power like that with the hand by creating an atmosphere. So that is why there should be no distraction, no other things in that 1 hour. I have to be there with my body, my mind, my intellect, my heart. Otherwise, I have not done the job properly. You know? And from time to time, I suggest that once in a month or once in 2 months, you can have a personal meeting with the center instrument to check with them what are the questions people have asked, what answer you have given to them, whether it is right or not, just check. If you don't know some answer, what Baba says in the Murli, don't give them wrong answer. Tell them I am also student. I will check with my seniors and let you know tomorrow. Don't show ego, giving wrong answer. It's more disservice. Of course, we don't know many things. We have come to knowledge recently. So it is very important to have that humility to accept. But otherwise, I don't need to talk about sixth lesson in the first lesson. I don't need to talk about fifth lesson in the second lesson. I must be very clear what are the points I need to cover in this lesson, and I stick to that. If they ask anything more, you say you will get to know more about it later. Now, of course, the very interesting thing that happens is reading Murli. Of course, reading Murli is not allowed to do for everyone, you know. Only the center coordinator and center vasis have the opportunity to sit on the gatti and read the Murli. But sometimes it does happen. Center coordinator may ask one of the senior brother or sister to go to class location, to go to some Gita Pathshala to read the Murli. But one thing very important, I must read the Murli at least 3 times before I read to anyone. Because I must know the contents of the Murli from the beginning to the end. I cannot just pick up the Murli and go. And we also have done this in Malaysia and other countries. We choose special Murlis to be read for the beginners and put it in a separate file. Because sometimes Sakar Murlis, Baba speaks very simple words, soul consciousness, karma, whatever. So we compile a file separately to be read for the beginners. But in general, when I am reading the Murli, I must read the Murli straight. No subtraction, no addition. And I have to have half an hour meditation, if possible 15 minutes before I read the Murli, so that I can remain in total soul consciousness. Because Baba is, is the speaker, I am only instrument. So I don't need to say that verbally, but others should feel that this is Baba's Murli, Baba's versions. So I also feel like I'm listening also. I'm reading, but I'm also listening at the same time. So that is also another important aspect. And then the art of revising the Murli is important too. Because every day you may not have a chance to revise. It depends on center to center, but it is nice for a teacher to revise the Murlis so that people can take back the essence with them when they go back home. So it can be done in many ways. So this is what we learn when we go to Madhuban, when seniors come. Different methods they use in order to make us understand Baba's knowledge very clearly. It's important. And we also, from time to time, we have what we call retreats. Retreat is a bhatti. Sometimes some people are given responsibility to organize a bhatti, yoga bhatti, or sometimes retreat. So this is also a group activity. So we have to discuss and see the needs of the people, what is necessary, and decide accordingly. So the most important thing is, and don't consider that to become a teacher is a qualification in the Brahma Kumaris. It's a degree. No, it's not a position. It's not a degree. It's not any qualification. Actually, I am always a student. I'm always a student. I want to learn. So of course, when I am a server, I am sharing what Baba has taught me with humility. I am sharing. So that will automatically touch the hearts of others. That is what I would like to say. So in Sri Lanka, we are very happy that so many centers and Gita Pathshalas are running because of the dedication of the souls, brothers and sisters in Sri Lanka. You have come forward to offer yourself to share the knowledge with people in their language, because language of communication is very important. If you speak Sinhala to a Tamil person, they won't understand. And so I think congratulations goes to all the brothers and sisters of Sri Lanka for having so many class locations, Gita Pathshalas and centers. I heard the other day there are 43 centers and so many Gita Pathshalas. It's because you have instrument souls, then only it is possible. But it should be totally surrendered and obstacle-free service. This is one challenge we have to take. We have to take 3 certificates from Baba: obstacle-free stage, obstacle-free service, obstacle-free relationship. So when we get that, that means we are part of the rosary of victory. So we are all doing service. We are expanding the number of Baba's children. We are expanding the number of locations. Now, let us concentrate on the quality. Quantity is already there and it will continue. But now bring quality. So for that, I need to have my stage. When you do service based on your stage, then the quality will automatically increase. So I stop here. We have half an hour for question answers. We have to finish by 10 o'clock today. So if you have any questions, you can write. See them, you can come. So ask the question, then they pass. Brother Silan. You write your questions on the paper and pass it to the sisters. Brother Silan will read the question from the stage. Come. You already have? Okay. Come on the stage. Let's start off with the question we already have, but if you have any, you can pass it on to us.
So, to become a teacher for Sunday course, to be Sunday course, but it's the main qualification.
Main qualification is you have to be number 1 student, good student, one who study regular punctual. Second, the one who follow all the maryadas, disciplines and rules. that is necessary for Brahmin life. Pakka Brahmin. Every day Amrit Vela, every day Murli, every day pure food, every day Brahmachari, every day Brahmachari. Not PK. PKs cannot become teachers. Brahmins only can become teachers. There are many PKs. Anybody can become PK. You know the recipe to become PK? Take 7 days course, get 2 sets of white dress, 1 badge, maybe 1 white shawl. You are a PK. Very cheap. But to become Brahmin, 5 qualification. Only Brahmin can become teacher, not PK. And thirdly, the one who is following all the Srimad. You know, the one who has clear communication and good relationship with the seniors. That is very, very important. Honest in your interaction, all-rounder, tireless, all-rounder, tireless and ever ready. Anytime we are asked, teacher means we are on call, ready.
And provide it also different leaders like how like some mountain blues, some Muslims and Christians. Is it okay to explain the aspects of their religion and
I think better don't, because we don't have full information. Don't make up a show. You know a little bit and you start talking. And when they talk more about it, you are caught. So you better don't talk much about other religion because we have not studied, many of us. You know, so don't touch those aspects, but you should see the pulse. This is very important. Why they are here? Because some souls come only to learn meditation. Don't give them 7 days course. They write in the form, I want to learn meditation. Only teach meditation. They don't come here to learn the knowledge of the cycle, Kalpatri and Trimurti. So I have to understand. The pulse must be seen. If you don't know to see the pulse, what they need, you give wrong food, they won't come back next time. So I have to know what their needs are. And don't quote from scriptures because we haven't read all the scriptures. We know 1 or 2 versions, we just say, boast ourselves as if we know everything. And when they say something, then we are caught. We don't know anything. So better you just be humble and say what you know.
And now it's after Corona, Zoom becoming popular, and many of the even the teachers don't attend only physically, they listen to Zoom only. So are they qualified or can they impress while giving course? If they are regularly listening only Zoom, not coming physically?
They should ask themselves. If I am a teacher, when I can come to center every day, there is no excuse. Now there is no corona. Why I am not coming? Laziness, carelessness. So I should come out of that comfort zone. No, it is not that we will say, because you are listening to the Murli on Zoom, you cannot give course. Because you come to the center, we don't make that discrimination. But you yourself should understand that when you tell students to come to the center, you yourself should be there first. So there is no excuse for the teachers, at least, to sit at home and listen. Unless you are serious, you take permission. Otherwise, we should make our way to the center. And so many centers are nearby. Whichever near center is, you can go.
And if any teachers is like feeling not useful to the children or finding something like Yesterday we discussed about it.
I think yesterday we have already spoken.
Yeah.
No repetition.
Can they give some inputs?
No, I think better now.
No.
If you are not following all the principles, wait for complete, because you will also feel guilty. You know, when it comes to your food, you cannot tell them. You know, you yourself are indulging, you know. So wait for complete cleanliness and then you can talk open.
So the teachers also fully qualified.
Yeah, you have to be fully, because see, dharana is important. What you say to people doesn't impact. What you do impacts people. That is called dharma. That is called sharing. Otherwise, it is called preaching. We don't need to preach people. We need to only share honestly what I think.
So it's regarding costume. Some Sri Lankans, they feel it's very vital, it's not a big issue. So sometimes they are the color clothes and probably liquid clothing producing. Ushering, etc. How should we do?
See, there are some occasions we announce that please come with your lovely dress. Lovely dress means like going to a wedding dress, not like that. You know, dress up like a bride. He didn't say that. He said lovely dress, simple, lovely whites. You know, so that people don't get scared, everybody having white badge and white dress. But of course, when we come to day-to-day class, you know, if you are going to work, but even otherwise, don't wear too tight dresses. It is not good for health. And it is also not good for you because you attract other people towards your body. You are in danger. And thirdly, when you come to morning class and if you have to go to job immediately after that, bring one set of white dress with you, change here, have white dress, and after only finish, you change your office dress and go. If you don't have time, keep a white shawl with you, cover yourself completely. But don't wear too tight dress. You know, it is not safe for you, it is not good for health. Because you cannot sit on the floor, you cannot meditate. Yeah? So this is for the reason we say. But otherwise, of course, many of us children have to go to work after Murli. So they have to wear their office uniform. It's okay, you know. But you can have one white dress with you or a shawl that it can cover up properly. It doesn't draw other people's attention.
So it's in public programs, services.
So public programs, they announce certain programs you can come in whites. Certain programs when it is announced.
We are in jewelry and.
No, that's what we already mentioned already. It doesn't mean lovely dress means you dress up like a bride. You know? You just simple lovely dress so that people don't get scared.
If a student come for a course and afterwards if they don't come, can we call them and ask?
Only once or twice. Don't harass them. Because some students get so harassed by the teacher. They get angry and they say, please remove me from your database. So they say, remove me from your list. I don't want you to call again. Because we become too much after them. That's what I told you. If you have given proper knowledge, they cannot stay at home without coming. So don't harass people. Only once you can call. Otherwise, you send them the invitation by writing invitation. So that's all. Don't harass people.
Forms to be a use center one or the personal form?
No personal center, from the center. We have the system in Malaysia. When we have a program, we have the list of people. So they call from the center. It's from the center, not personal.
Any other questions? of the questions? Or different?
No, write and send. Don't ask because otherwise we can't hear properly and time is wasted. Is that clear so far, all of you? If not anything clear, you can ask. Of course, there is always learning goes on. It's not the end of the Sangam year today. We have to keep on learning. You write and give. Don't ask verbally because it's difficult to understand from a distance.
It is like a 7-day course. Sometimes we start, some teachers start the course and afterwards they are able to continue because maybe for instance. Is it okay for any other teachers to continue the course?
Yeah, it's just that understanding between teachers. It does happen, we are all human beings. Due to some reason they are not well or their business, they have to go out station, their family people, they want to attend something. They cannot make it, but they should inform one day earlier, not like 1 hour earlier. Because then Centavasis cannot find a replacement, no? So at least one day earlier that you cannot make it, so then they can prepare someone to replace them and they can share what they have explained so that it is easy. It is possible. It does happen many times, but due to some reason or the other, the same person can continue.
So the course duration, how long should be?
So we already mentioned, I think they don't pay attention listening. We said each course is minimum 45, maximum 1 hour. 45 minutes minimum, 1 hour maximum, not more than 1 hour. People cannot focus.
If we are doing first course like they can course 2 lessons.
No, that is different. That is totally different story. This is normal course. Sometimes, it's not very often, once in 3-4 months. We arrange in Western countries, also in Malaysia we have done what we call crash course. Because a group of people want to take course, but not one person, we don't do that, for a group. So we invite them to come Saturday, Sunday. So in 2 days, we give them 6 lessons. Sessions divided with different teachers. We organize properly and they stay from morning till evening. We give them meals and then they go back in the evening. So we call it as crash course. So it does happen once in a while, a few months. A few teachers are involved. We arrange in groups, not individuals.
And after completing the course, as introducing the morality, how it should be, how the formality we cannot do now.
I already spoke about it. If you are not attentive, I have to repeat again. I won't repeat. You can recall what is being said. And we have already mentioned, bring them to the movie slowly, you adopt that.
Any other questions?
I think that's why teachers have to be attentive. From the question you asked, I know you were not listening at that time. Our attention may be somewhere else. So we finish in 10 minutes. After that, no more question. This is last.
So sometimes you get a chance to speak to the kids, the school children. So how it should be about?
It should be totally different. That's it. Separate training, We don't go through the same way. Depending on the age group, language, circumstances, we have to decide. So we always choose teachers who have experience with children. who are Brahmins for a long period of time. They are also Brahmin teacher. School teacher also, but Brahmin teacher also. They know how to handle things, how to encourage them. Even reading Murli, when we have children's retreat, we have teachers who are Laukik teachers and Brahmin teachers. So they know how to read the Murli to the children, and children always enjoy a lot. So it has to be decided according to the group, age level, and the teachers available. It is possible. Many centers, those who are coming to the children's class, now they are adults. Some of them are taking care of the centers also. They were once upon a time children's class. Now they are in charge of center. So they got the training from childhood. Okay. So all of you happy? So now continue with proper, check. Most important thing is I should have the aim to learn. I should be a good student. Then Baba will use me. Teaching can be given with thoughts, with words, with my face, with my behavior, with my action, not necessarily giving speech on the stage. So my life is for service. Every action I perform can inspire someone. Teaching is not only verbal. My life should become a living library, mobile library. Mama used to say, make your life open card, not a closed envelope. Everybody can see. Okay, Om Shanti.